people want everything to come really easy because the way that our society is programmed now is based completely on comfort and quick rewards, instant gratification. And you guys have heard this already. You guys have heard all of these videos. Instant gratification, dopamine's bad for you. But you don't understand how deep it actually is until you're trying to work. 6 a.m, I've just finished my morning cardio. And the past week, I've been waking up at 4 a.m. the past few days. Only getting like 4 or 5 hours sleep because I decided that the way that the UK summertime is now, with prayer times, 11 p.m, dusk prayer, Isha, 4 a.m, 3 a.m, Fajr prayer, the morning prayer, that aligns exactly with the season that I'm going through right now. And if you guys have clicked on this video, my name is Hassan. I've been running a sales agency for past year and a half. Didn't make any money for a year, got scammed out of a lot of money, dodgy clients, and I hadn't self-developed to the point where I could even receive the money. 2 years ago, I was a drug addict and down a really very dark path where I could have ended up dead or in jail, but I managed to turn my life around, alhamdulillah. And for the past year, I've been really focusing on my growth, my development, my relationship with God, and just becoming excellent. I've got massive dreams, as you guys probably do as well, otherwise, because you've clicked on a video like this. And today, something that's been kind of grinded on my gears is the fact that people want everything to come really easy because the way that our society is programmed now is based completely on comfort and quick rewards, instant gratification. And you guys have heard this already. You guys have heard all of these videos. Instant gratification, dopamine's bad for you. But you don't understand how deep it actually is until you're trying to work. Like yesterday, let me give you some context. So for running my sales agency, it was door-to-door sales. So I was able to run it mainly through voice notes, phone calls, Zoom calls 3 times a week. And most of my day would be responding to like admin queries and motivation, and then planning out goals, calls and breakdowns, and just being a good manager and a leader and pushing us forward. So that when I kind of stepped back from the sales agency and I started creating and I wanted to do deep work, things that were going to actually push me forward in a real business sense rather than just getting caught up in operations, the way I struggled to focus was insane. It would take me like 2 days to do something I could do in a few hours because you don't understand how fried it's actually making your brain all of this short form content, all of the quickly accessible sugar, all of these stupid things that hijack your dopamine system. And it doesn't help with all the alcohol and drugs that's so readily accessible. And because of that, and all the porn and all the flipping women, we can see more naked women now than every single conqueror has ever saw in their whole life. Alexander the Great, flipping Genghis Khan. We've seen more naked women than Genghis Khan. How disgusting is that? And we've not even slept. Oh man, it's disgusting. And we've got so much choice and options that you can't even like look at one woman and be like, oh yeah, she's beautiful, because then there's always one that's more beautiful. And that's another thing to talk about. But it ruins our actual ability to focus. And it makes us think that success is going to come really easy. And whenever you feel resistance, that means it's not for you. And that's why so many people are fed this dream of entrepreneurship. And they think it's a scam because they've not succeeded in 6 months. So then they just go back to their job, back to their 9 to 5. And all of the dreams and ambitions that they were talking to you about, poof, got out the window. And now they're talking about flipping getting a 50k a year salary and I want to invest in property because they think that's success. Bro, such a fucking cop-out. Every time I hear someone talk about property when they're not already like a flipping millionaire, I just know they're broke. I know they're lazy. And I know they think it's supposed to be easy. I know they're scared of hard work. Because the path to success is not supposed to be simple. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be long and drawn out, and you fail and you struggle with these focus, because when you feel resistance, when things aren't working, that's when you grow. That's when you learn. That's when you're like, oh shit, this didn't work. All right, let me dust myself off. Let me try this new thing. And what was it that was holding me back? Let me write down what was holding me back. All right, I was checking my phone too much. I'm going to put my phone in a different room. Oh my God, I'm able to work better now. Because when you feel the resistance, that's when you learn the most about yourself. And the more that you learn about yourself, the more successful you become. But so many people that I was coming up with when I was trying in door-to-door sales and trying the agency, I didn't make any money initially. And they also didn't make any money. But the difference is they quit and I didn't. I was like, right, once you pick a path for yourself, once you set a direction to sail in life, you need to sail that direction with relentless intention every single day. This is your course. And then sure, once you've gained momentum, you can then steer the ship. You can start going, right now, I want to go here actually. But at first, you need to get in motion. First, you need to get the ship moving. And that means going through a period of suck. That means challenging yourself and challenging your brain. And the reason you can't do that right now, brother, is because you think it's supposed to be quick. You think it's supposed to be easy. And so did I. I had this vision when I was a drug addict and in uni that, I saw like there was a book called 4 Hour Work Week. And all right, well, right now, I'm not going to work at anything. I'm just going to keep chasing fake quick money. I was trading flipping Forex signal groups. I lost like 2K in Forex. And then I started video editing. And I just thought like all of these quick things would make me money. And yeah, I still persisted at them. But I stopped doing them both after like 2 months at a time because I had this same resistance. Oh, it's supposed to be quick. I'm supposed to be a millionaire straight away. Yeah. Flipping idiot, bro. And I remember seeing this book, 4 Hour Work Week, and I remember having this vision for when I finish uni, I'm going to move home and I'm going to lock myself in my room. I'm going to figure out how to use my laptop really efficiently, and I'm going to learn dropshipping, and I'm going to make so much money over the summer, and I'm never going to work. That was my vision, because I didn't understand what it takes to be successful. And sure, you might make money at something really fast. You might. The question is, can you repeat it? Can you do it again? Because if you don't know how you made the money, if you don't self-analyze, if you haven't gone through a period of working so hard without making anything, what's going to happen to you when the business slows down or this one stream of making money slows down? You're not going to know how to do it again. You need to be able to replicate this stuff in a plethora of different industries. And that comes through the turmoil. That comes through working without seeing results. That comes through developing your character. Because nothing is supposed to come easy. And I don't even know why you'd want it to come easy. Most people are not willing to make any sacrifices for their goals. I think I said at the start of this video, I've been sleeping like 4 or 5 hours a night because one, it aligns with the season of growth I'm going through, and two, it's British summertime, so I want to make sure I'm hitting my Isha and Fajr prayers, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Because sure, right, maybe the odd day I might be able to get a quick nap during the day. I don't nap, so I say that as like as a trick to my brain. I hope one day maybe I do. If I really need it, I will. But I'm willing to go through that growth, and I went unpaid for a whole year. I didn't make any money in my business for a whole year, and now I'm doing okay, comparatively speaking. But most people are not willing to put in any kind of sacrifice for their goals. You think it's supposed to just come without developing. I used to think it would come without developing. I was like, oh, well, I used to think I could just turn it all around and straight away just be living the high life, where in the supercars with the watches and all that kind of stuff. And the more that I chased that rather than the actual development, the further I got away from it, and the less my decision making was impacted. And because I'd set such massive goals for myself, which I still think you still need to set massive goals for yourself, but because I only focused on the goal and not the systems, I didn't get anywhere. Because what you should be doing is you should be celebrating the small wins every day. That's how you hijack your dopamine. That's how you rewire your brain to crave the effort rather than the goal itself. Because when you reward yourself continuously, oh yeah, good, I've smashed all my tasks today. Oh good, I made a video. Oh good, I've done some good deep work. I've spoke to this client, all that kind of stuff. When you reward yourself based off of that, then you just want to reinforce that behavior. But when you reward you, let's say you've done no work and then immediately you like reward yourself with a high dopamine thing like porn or scrolling, you're signaling to your brain, because that releases dopamine, you're signaling into your brain that you can just do nothing and get rewards for it. And it's just disgusting. That's why it further impedes your focus. And then because you're scrolling and you see some guy in a Lambo and he's only like 22, you're like, oh, I'm 22, I'm 23, I can do that really quick then. If I just lock in, bro, I can do it. If I just lock in. You're never, ever, ever going to lock in with that mindset, brother. Never, ever, ever, ever. You need to stop thinking it's going to be overnight, I'm going to change my life. You can change your life in 3 to 6 months. I changed my life in 6 months. But it all started with the mind. It all started from setting that direction for myself. Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? What do I want to achieve? That gets reinforced by my daily habits. I started writing a task list. What am I going to execute on a daily? And you're not even going to know straight away. I did so many stupid, pointless things, but it moved me forward. It's like read a book and then learn about this business model and then make notes from this video. That's all you can do when you're first starting out, because you're trying to get the ball in motion. I used to just message random people on Instagram and LinkedIn. I just wanted to speak to people that might have something going for them. And when oftentimes as well, the foundation of anything, any of your progress and self-development, obviously is the mindset and habits, but that's followed by your optimal, well, don't like that word, but your locked in nutrition, your diet, and your training. And the nutrition as well is not just your diet, physically food, it's also what you're consuming, the kind of content you're consuming, the kind of books you're reading, that kind of stuff. You need to fix up on that. And the training, because once you're exerting yourself every day, once you're getting in better shape, you afford yourself more opportunities. Most of my opportunities came about from the fact that I was jacked, so people automatically had a good perception of me. Oh, he's in shape, right, he looks after himself, he'll look after me. And then that further reinforces your strong mindset and your strong habits every day. And that's how you march forward to continued progress every single day, brother. Every single day. But you need to get rid of this conception of easy work, because honestly, later down the line, maybe when you've got fully automated businesses and you've got your money working for you, maybe yes, things will get easier then. But you shouldn't want it to be easy. You should want the chaos, because the more that you want the chaos, the more you develop and the more your life becomes more fulfilling, because it's that daily effort that's actually rewarding. If you had all the Lambos, you had all the supercars, you had all the Ferraris, without that daily effort, without the daily problem solving, I promise you, brother, it would not be a fulfilling life. It would not be a satisfying life. When I was in Dubai renting those Ferraris and stuff, I was like, gassed. I was like, yeah, this is going to be sick. And it got to a point where, yeah, the Ferrari was amazing, but then I was there for a few days, I didn't do any work, and I was just craving work. I remember I signed up a client to do an online appointment because I was so bored. I wanted to do some work. The blessing is the effort, brother. The blessing is the effort. And once you love the effort, you will get everything that you want in life. But just know that it does take sacrifice. It does take sacrifice. I'm not here to sell you a vacation. I want you to actually develop yourself. I want you to actually be the best you can be. And on a long enough time frame, when your brain starts to crave that effort, then wow, the difference is night and day, and you will be unrecognizable, brother. You've got it. Keep pushing, bro.